If you did not get to watch Develop a Simple Probability Model and use it to find probabilities of events, numbers 1 through 7, you need to watch that and listen to it to help you with questions 8 through 14. So I'm sending you back there. And yeah, so I'm going to go through this a lot quicker. Outcomes. What are going to be the outcomes? Well, with probability, outcomes are going to be, well, we have a spinner. Let's just talk about it. So we're going to list the possible outcomes. For outcomes, if we're spinning the spinner, it's spinning. Let's say it stops on 1. Let's do that. Yeah. So 1 is going to be an outcome. And we're spinning the spinner. Okay, it lands on 3. It lands on 3 this time. So 3 is going to be an outcome. 1. I can see there's a 2 there, so I'm just going to skip it, right? We got 1, 3. There's a 2. And what's the other number? 4. So our outcomes are 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are our outcomes. Those are our possibilities of the spinner landing on one of those spaces. We have space 1, space 2, space 3, space 4. We need to fill out the outcome probability table first before we start answering these questions. All right, so we have the outcome filled out. What's the probability? What's the probability of the spinner landing on 1? How many 1s do we have on the spinner? We have 1. So that's going to be the numerator or the top number, 1. And I can do this without giving answers away. So, yeah, what's the probability of the spinner landing on 1? How many 1s do we have? That's going to be the numerator. And then how many total spaces? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 spaces. That's going to be the total. In the last video, I go over all of that in depth. Okay, so we'll be able to answer questions dealing with 1 now. And that's bothering me. So outcome of it landing on a 2. What's the probability of the spinner landing on a 2? We just have 1, 2, don't we? So what's going to be the numerator or the top number? Come on and read there. What's going to be the numerator or the top number? And then what's going to be the total? Now we're ready for the probability spin of it landing on a 3. How many 3s do we have on the spinner? 1, 2, 3. We just happen to have 3 3s. So that's going to be the numerator or top number and total. Yeah. I'm glad you're really thinking about this. The total is going to be the same for outcome 1, outcome 2, outcome 3. How about outcome 4? Outcome 4. How many 4s do we have? Take a look in a book. It's reading rainbow. We're not looking in a book. We're looking on the spinner. How many 4s do we have out of the total? All right, so now that this is filled out, I'm pretending you have the outcome. What is the probability of the spinner landing on 4? Remember, we're writing that as a fraction. Write it as a fraction. And then simplify it or reduce it if you can. What's the probability of the spinner landing on 4? We already have the answer down here, don't we? We look at the outcome of 4. And I'm erasing that because I'm not giving answers away this time. What is the probability of the spinner landing on 3? Spin, 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 spin. What's the probability of it landing on a 3? You already have the answer here. You're writing it as a fraction. Number 10, what's the probability of the spinner landing on 1 or 4? So you're going to add the outcome of 1 plus the outcome of 4. I know that doesn't make a whole lot of sense there, the way I did that. You're going to add the outcome of 1. What's the outcome of 1? Plus the outcome of 4. And that's going to be your numerator. And total is going to be your denominator. Yeah, I like that a lot better the way I wrote it. What's the probability of the spinner not landing on 3? Oh, not. So we just look at 1, 2, and 4 and add those together. 1 plus 2 plus 4. And we'd add those together. That would be our numerator. And Mr. Niebuhr's coming in. He doesn't realize I'm doing a video, but I am. I'm doing a video. So total. Okay, so that's number 11. And number 12. What's the probability of the spinner not landing on 2? So we're adding up the outcome of 1, the outcome of 3, and the outcome of 4. Yes, we are. Number 13, what's the probability of the spinner not landing on 1 or 4? So we're adding up what is not 1 or 4. What is not 1 or 4? Yep. Okay. And number 14. Do you have an equal chance of landing on either 1 or 2? And the answer is either yes or no. All right. Thanks for listening and watching.